Are you ready for some football?
In Thornton, Colorado here, the Fort Morgan Mustangs getting ready for their first league game of the season against Skyview. Skyview, as we said, comes in 0-3. And I didn't see on the coin toss who had got it, but we're going to find out here in a minute. So it looks like Fort Morgan will kick off to start the game. Kick off to the Skyview Wolverines. The Fort Morgan Mustangs, our head coach is Harrison Chisholm. His 8th year head coach for Skyview is Bill Nelson.
And before we get too caught up in football,
and Franny Gonzalez for the Fort Morgan Mustangs will be the kicker again tonight, a junior. So we'll have him this year and hopefully again next year. As he's an excellent kicker, gets the kickoffs into the end zone 99% of the time. So that helps on any type of a return against Fort Morgan when the team has to start at the 20.
The kicker will be Franny Gonzalez.
So the defense for the Mustangs will take the field first once they get the okay from the referee to get the game underway. They do have the ball on the tee, and the referee with the whistle in his mouth getting the okay from all the other officials on the field, and Franny Gonzalez is ready to get this game underway. Nice deep kick, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback for Franny Gonzalez and the Mustangs. So the Mustangs will be on the field defensively first. So we'll see what kind of an offense the Skyview Wolverines come out in. I believe their starting quarterback is Brandon Behringer, I believe, a 6'2 senior, 210 pounds. So we'll see where they come out. They're going to come out in a spread formation, 2 left and 2 right, shotgun formation. And they do snap the ball, looks downfield, and he's getting pressured. He just throws the ball away, and they put him down. There is no flag or anything for grounding. Must have got the ball past the line of scrimmage.
Right.
So that will bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 20.
He had his receiver out to the right open, couldn't see him. Looked like there was a little bit of a screen going on by the outside receiver to let the inside one get to it.
So 3 left this time and 1 right, and they're getting pressure on him, pass down the left sideline, and it's going to be well out of bounds. So incomplete, so that will bring up a 3rd and 10 for Skyview.
Unlike last week where the quarterback was hitting his receivers and they were dropping them, he hasn't been within 10 yards of his receivers.
Yeah, I saw the freshmen played yesterday, and they did a lot of playing. It was a very long game. It was a 2-hour and 40-minute game to play a 40-minute game yesterday for the freshmen. So they do a lot of passing. So 1 receiver right, 3 left with a shotgun formation. He goes back, and it's going to be a screen pass caught and taken down the left side, down the right sideline. And we'll see. That looks like that will be enough for the first down.
A gain of 12, make that first down.
That'll be a gain of 12 out to the 32-yard line. And that's another thing that the freshman Skyview team did yesterday was a lot of screen passes. And it looks like they're doing it. It comes from the top down.
And if you follow the Mustangs and check their film out over the years, that's one area where they have had a little difficulty covering the screen.
So shotgun formation, pass out to the left side. It's complete about the 35, but immediately taking down there. So that's going to be a gain of 3. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7 from the 35 for the Skyview Wolverines. So I don't know if they have any running plays in their arsenal. They haven't showed any yet.
Maybe they're softening us up with the pass. Oh, wait, that's the other way around, isn't it, Coach?
So 3 receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun formation with a 4-man front for the Mustangs. Low snap going to be out here to the left, and it was incomplete. The receiver had not turned around. And that was for Joey Botterer, a junior 6'4", 185-pound wide receiver for Skyview. So that will bring up now a 3rd and 7 from the 35.
Yeah, he threw the ball on a timing pattern way before the guy was ready to make the turn, and it was over his head. 88, what is that, Botter? Big, tall kid.
He is a 6'4" junior. A shotgun formation. Pass over the middle and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Botter. So that will stop the clock again. That will bring up a 4th and 7.
8 yards to go for Skyview.
From the 35. And that time he was right on and the receiver dropped the pass. So back for the Mustangs will be Tate Kimball and Kyle Daniels. They stand about their own 32-yard line.
And number 20, Tate Kimball.
In the punt formation for Skyview. Snap back and the kick is up and pretty decent punt back to the 30. Daniels takes it at the 30, 35, goes to the middle of the field. And he hasn't gone down yet, keeps his feet out to the 40. And then he finally loses his feet out at the 40-yard line. He ran about, let's see if we have a flag on the other side of the field. So we'll see what they're going to do here. If it was a sideline warning on Skyview. Apparently the referee got run over on the sideline over there, so that will be a 1st and 10 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs at their 41-yard line. I formation, Kimball way right, Daniels split left. As they hand it off to McBride up the middle, and he gets downfield, and he is going to get almost 15 yards.
Number 32 on the carry.
We'll see where they end up putting it. Will be on about the 46-yard line. So that will bring up a 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan and a no-huddle offense. So Fort Morgan, same formation as last. It's a keeper by Schneider around the right side. He's looking for Kimball, and the pass is going to be incomplete to Cosman out in the right flat.
The pass intended from Joey Schneider to...
Right, didn't really have a wide open receiver there. Not sure if you get 13 yards on a dive up the middle, why you wouldn't just keep pounding it up the middle until they prove that they can stop you, and then that's when your passing game is going to open up.
Yeah, they handed that off to Toby on that first one, and he kind of went over left tackle there and got 14. So now a handoff going to be a keeper again. He runs and throws it, and it's going to be caught, I believe. Nope, it's going to be an incomplete pass again to Austin Cosman downfield. So now it's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 from the Wolverine 46. So we'll see if they go back to the... They're going to try and pick up some here, make it a 4-down territory here to start off the game. Or
Wisdom would say that you're going to pass on 3rd down if you didn't run last down, but you never know with Fort Morgan.
High formation off to McBride again around the right side, and he's getting around the outside and getting some yardage. And let's see if he gets far enough downfield that they're going to, he goes out of, looks like they're going to mark it. He's going to be down to the 35. So that will be enough for the 1st down. So he picks up 11. Toby McBride around the right side. He just outran that defense until they finally caught him. The defensive backs came up and caught him at about the 35-yard line. Yep.
I guess you can run on 3rd and 10 if you have Toby McBride in your backfield.
Seems to work. So I formation again. Receiver split left and right. Schneider under center. Handoff again to McBride around the left side. He just stiff arms the kid and goes downfield. He's going to be out in the open, but he does go down at the 15. So Toby McBride, he'll be inside the 15. About the 13.
And you might be wondering, why is he bouncing it outside? If you look that time, they had one safety and a guy each on the 2 outside guys. They had 8 kids up in the box. The ends are sucking in to stop that inside play, so once he bounced it outside, there's no one but the cornerback to come up and take him on.
So receivers left and right again. Kimball right. Kyle Daniels left. I formation. Schneider under center. Hands off to Tate Kimball this time. He tries to run it outside. Breaks the tackle. He gets down to, maybe might pick up 2 down to the 11. Let's see how much yardage they actually give him. Hard to tell. I believe he picked up 2, so we'll call it 2nd and 8 from the 11.
A little harder running for Tate. The defensive ends that time contained and forced them back in, which is their job.
So Daniels left. I formation for the Mustangs. Hand off to Tate Kimball around the left side. He's got Toby McBride to block for him. And Tate Kimball is going to go into the end zone for the Mustangs. They go up 6-0 with 8:56 to go here in the first period. Tate Kimball around the left end with Toby McBride.
It's Fort Morgan to be able to manhandle them. As we can stop their passing game, I don't think Skyview's going to have a chance stopping us.
And they had no answer there on the run game for the Mustangs. So Franny Gonzalez in to try the PAT. Schneider does the holding for the extra points, and we have a flag on the play from the. So let's see if somebody was either lined up off sides, moved, jumped. We'll see what the call was. A dead ball offsides on Skyview. So Fort Morgan still going to try the extra point. Kicking for Fort Morgan, as I said, Franny Gonzalez. Joey Schneider, the holder. And I believe Alex Mai is the snapper for the extra points. Down, kick up, and it is good. So the Fort Morgan Mustangs now up 7-0 with 8:56 to go in the first period on B106 and B106.com. Back at Skyview High School with Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. The Mustangs now up 7-0 after an 11-yard run by Tate Kimball over the left side. So another quick start here for the Mustangs. Franny Gonzalez has the ball teed up, ready to kick off to Skyview. He does have the go-ahead. So the kickoff is deep. We'll see if it does not make the end zone. Caught about the 5, up to the 10, the 15, up to the 20, 25. He's still on his feet, twists around. And we'll see. It's kind of hard to see the lines. We got the team standing right in the way there. I think they're about the 26-yard line, it looks like.
Right.
Put that at the 26.
We'll see how they do this time. They did get a first down last time, which is something that Fort Morgan's defense hasn't given up very many in the last 2 weeks. I think maybe one to Niwot.
That was the way in the second half. So 3 receivers left, 1 right. Snap back. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. But he's not going anywhere. He'll barely get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And that interior line, Alex Mai gets up off of the pile. Let's see who else there was there. It looked like 75 was in there, which I have no name for a 75. So second down and still 10 for Skyview from the 26. Snap back, pass over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete off the hands of Bonner again, almost intercepted by Kyle Daniels. He dives for it, but just comes up short as the ball hits the ground. So that will bring up a 3rd and 10 from the 26 for Skyview.
And that time, it was like last week. It hit the receiver right in the hands, and he needs to pull that down and help his quarterback out.
Yeah, because he's hit him right in the hands those last 2 passes. So 3 receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun, snap back. It's going to be a screen pass, but it was knocked down as the lineman came through. That might have been Alex Mai that knocked that down. So nice job there as Alex got his hands up and knocked that ball down. So that will bring up a 4th and 10 from the 26.
Back to receive the
for
punt.
Skyview. So this will be their second punt in 2 possessions
Number 11, Kyle Daniels.
for
Number 20,
Skyview.
Tate Kimball. Punting for
Tate Kimball and Kyle Daniels back at about the 40-yard line. The Mustangs 40. Snap back. And it's a terrible punt off the side of his foot and out of bounds at the Skyview 40-yard line. So an excellent starting position for the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
Absolutely. That was off the side of his foot and didn't even make it the 10 yards, so it would have been a first down.
at the Skyview.
So 8:03 to go in the first period. First and 10 for Fort Morgan at the
First down, 10 yards to
at
go.
the 37-yard line. So I formation, like Flughoff to the left this time. Kimball split wide right. Going to be a pitch back to Tate Kimball around the right side. He gets down to the 35, down inside. He may go going to be pulled down, but looks like there may be a flag on the block out on the right side.
Yeah, I think McBride dove at the defender's feet, and you're not allowed to block below the belt, and that's going to come back and hurt the Mustangs.
So that will bring up a first down again. Well, there's 2 flags. There's a flag first for. Now we need to find out. There was a first call was on Skyview, and that's flag is at about the 25-yard line. Then we have kind of chop block. I guess they're both on Skyview, it looks like. So apparently they came in and took the feet out from underneath McBride, I guess. And so that will add.
Oh, I apologies to McBride. That was a good block on his part, and it was the defender that did it. I didn't really see it. I just saw him on the field and pounding the ground like he had done something wrong.
So it looks like that takes the ball down to the. Is that about the 10? First and 10. At the 10, I believe, is about where they're at. Maybe about the 9 anyway. Kyle Daniels in motion. Going to be pitched back to him around the left side. He cuts it up inside. Gets a couple of yards out of it.
Number 11, Kyle Daniels.
They said the ball was on the 7, so we'll go from the 7. So it was first and goal
Gain of 2, placing the ball close to the 5-yard line.
from the 7. So that will bring up a second down in goal
Right.
from the 7 for the Mustangs.
Daniels running hard on that play.
So Eric Kimball split wide right again, and Flughoff to the left. Now we have Brian Almanza in the backfield, along with Tate Kimball and Kyle Daniels as flex. Now it's going to be a pass and going to be knocked away at the last moment in the end zone to Eric Flughoff as Joey Schneider spins to find his receiver. But Skyview is right there to knock it down. So that'll bring up a third and goal for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Snyder 0 for 3 on the night. Skyview playing some pretty decent pass defense downfield.
So now third and goal for the Mustangs with McBride and Kimball in the back. They'll hand off to Tate Kimball over the right side, and he follows his offensive line into the end zone for the touchdown. So that is another touchdown for Tate Kimball on the night, as that puts the Mustangs up now 13-0 with 7:06 to go in the first period.
Yeah, just the offensive line moved the whole defensive line back into the end zone, and Kimball just followed his blockers. Nice run and nice job of blocking by the O-line.
So Franny Gonzalez in again for the point after. Schneider puts the ball down. Franny's kick looks straight from here, and it is. So that puts the Mustangs up now 14-0 over Skyview with 7:06 to go in the first period on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. Fort Morgan Mustangs up 14-0 with 7:06 to go here in the first period. Tate Kimball goes in from 7 yards out, this time going around the right side as he follows his blockers in. So Franny Gonzalez approaches the ball, and another deep kick. It's going to be fielded, though, at about the 6. Going to be brought up the right side, and still going downfield. They need to tackle him, and he is brought down at the, not the 30-yard line. We have somebody down for the Mustangs. at the 20. So we'll see who that is that is down. He's see his legs moving and his head. We're not sure just who that is. We're going to go ahead and get caught up here on a couple of sponsors. The opening kickoff was brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Ingmeyer Phillips can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions or needs. The first Fort Morgan score of the game was brought to you by Morgan Federal Bank, a bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. When you need banking advice, stop by and see one of their loan officers Monday through Friday, 321 Ensign. Morgan Federal Bank, there is a difference. So we'll see what's going on here with this injured player. He's laying on his back. I believe it was the trainer for Skyview that is out there with Coach Chisholm.
Right. He was able to roll over pretty much on his own power. Last week we saw this play itself out 3 times for Arvada, and we mentioned how Fort Morgan was pretty lucky that they hadn't sustained any injuries so far this year. And this is the first time that I can remember a coach having to come out on the field for Fort Morgan. But the trainer looks like they're looking at maybe a shoulder or something.
It's hard to tell just what's going on there. I think we'll go ahead and take another 30-second break and come back and see where we're at after that on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Rohde, Brian Nickel back at Skyview High School. While we were away, they got lined up again, and first down for Skyview over to the left side, an incomplete pass. But now we have a Skyview Wolverine down on the ground at about the 33-yard line, laying on his back. And that injured player for Fort Morgan was Caleb Bell. Trainer is looking at him on the bench, near bench here. It looks like they're doing something with his right knee, maybe checking his right knee out. As we have 6:57 to go in the first period. Fort Morgan up 14-0. That individual gets up and off the field. I can't see if that's a 23 or a 33.
Right, if it's 33, it's one of their running backs, Joe Herrera. 23 is a junior, Isaiah Garcia, plays wide receiver for him. That'd make more sense that it's him out there in the wide receiver spot.
So that brings up a 2nd and 10 for Skyview from the 30 as they bring in 3 players, plus the quarterback coming back in from the sidelines. And they line up 2 receivers right, 2 left, with a back in the backfield next to the quarterback in the shotgun formation. Fort Morgan jumps offside. Toby McBride got in a hurry, and so that'll cost the Mustangs 5 yards. So now we're going to have a conference, so we'll see if this end might have. No, they're going to.
Not so sure,
well,
Coach.
Let's see. It's offside on Fort Morgan. We got to get the rep turned around and marked off the right way.
The umpire's gone the wrong way.
Unless he's going to do it backwards. Well, there
he got it after one step.
Got him out to the 35, so that'll be a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 5 from the 35. For Skyview, shotgun formation, snap back, looks over the middle, ball is tipped. Another nice tip there at the line of scrimmage, and I believe that was Trey McBride coming in from his end position, knocked that ball down. So another incomplete pass by Skyview, as that goes incomplete on the deflection by Trey McBride.
Right. And Fort Morgan's just coming up the field hard. Probably be susceptible to a screen, although I'm sure they've got linebackers sitting there watching for that as well.
So now 1 receiver right, 2 left with 2 backs in the backfield. They may be bringing him in for more protection. As Fort Morgan looks like they're bringing the house, it's going to be a flip out to the left and incomplete, as they were trying to hurry up to beat that defensive rush and did not succeed. So that will bring up 4th and 5 for Skyview from the 35. And I believe that play before that was going to be a screen pass, but I think the defenders are so close to him, that he can't get it over their outstretched hands.
Right.
So 4th and 5 from the 35. Snap back. Not a very good kick again. It lands about the 40. Kyle Daniels picks it up, starts running with it. He's going to be taken down. Goes down hard. I don't see any flags on the play, so that will put the Mustangs in good field position again out at the, let's see where they put that, out the 43-yard line. So we'll see if the Mustangs can keep up their progression here. Third possession, we'll see if they can take it in for another touchdown.
Switching into the shotgun.
So 3 receivers split right and 1 left. Snap back. Schneider rolls out to his right. Pass is going to be in and out of the hands of Isaiah Lopez out in the right flat. So tonight the passing game is not working for the Mustangs.
Isaiah Lopez falls incomplete.
No. And I guess maybe they're trying to work a little bit on the passing game, knowing that later down the road they may need to have that, but it seems like we're just dinking and dumping and not really looking to go downfield where we've had success in the past.
So Kimball, Kyle Daniels, and Isaiah Lopez split right with Flugoff to the left. Schneider rolls out again. It's going to be the same play, but for a short gain to Isaiah Lopez. It's going to be a gain. We'll give him 4 on the play. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 6 from the 47-yard line. So Joey Schneider gets back into the huddle after he gets his play from Coach Harrison Chisholm.
First completion of the night, and that's got to give him a little confidence.
And the clock has stopped. I don't know why. That was a complete pass, not out of bounds. Shotgun formation. Same as last. Back to Joey Schneider. It's going to be a deep ball down the left side. It's going to be to Fluhoff, and he catches it at the 15, and he takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. Eric Flugoff taken in by Joey Schneider, puts the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 20-0 with 6:30 to go here in the first period.
That makes your passing game look healthy when you're that wide open and you toss it that far.
A beautiful pass. He put it right on the fingertips of Flugoff, and he tucked it away and took it in the last 15 yards. So now Franny Gonzalez in for the PAT. Schneider at the high. Looks like they're going for 2. He's going to try to throw it to McBride, and it's going to be incomplete to McBride in the back of the end zone. And I don't know if that was a design play or if they, once the snap was high, he went ahead and just did it himself. But as we stand now with 6:30 to go here in the first period, excuse me. It seems like the second period as long as it's been. But it's the first period is 20-0. Mustangs on a pass to Eric Flugoff. I believe that was 53 yards.
Maybe that was the strategy. Dink and dink and dink till they start playing up and then go over the top. I know the offensive coaching staff and the offensive coordinator work hard at coming up with a good game plan, and that time it looked like it worked for perfection.
Yeah, he was about 5 yards in front of his, or I guess they say behind the defensive player. And Joey Schneider laid it right on his hands. So 20-0. Fort Morgan, 6:30 in the first period with Franny Gonzalez has the ball on the tee. He puts his foot into it. It will be another returnable ball. Caught at about the 10, the 15, 20, 25. And gang tackled on the far sideline. And that will be at about the 24-yard line. So that'll be a 1st and 10 from their own 24 for Skyview.
They started off on the 20, the 26, and the 30, and now back to the 24. Fort Morgan's kickoff coverage is doing really well at containing them and keeping them from getting very far downfield.
So now receivers Trying to see, it looks like they've got kind of a slot receiver, maybe, and 2 wide receivers and 1 left. Shotgun formation with the back in the backfield. Here comes the Mustangs, and he's going to get by for just a second, but he's going to get it out to the 30-yard line. So that'll be a gain of 6. So it should bring up a 2nd and 4 from the 30. Alexander Mai credited with the tackle on that play. 6 minutes now in the first period. Go ahead.
Adolfo Pacheco is the running back. Their star running back, from what I saw in the stats and everything, is a kid named Nick Wooten, and we haven't seen him out there yet. So
looks like Skyview has taken a timeout, so we'll take one with him here. It was 5:51 and counting, first period. Fort Morgan 20, Skyview nothing on B106 and B106.com. 2nd and 4 from the 34 Skyview, as they are on their 3rd drive of the night in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers right, and he is being pressured, and he is going to go down, and he will go down at the 30-yard line. At the 30. So that will bring up another 3rd and 4. Looked like it was going to be a look for a pass. We're going to even drop it back to the 23, so that's going to be a loss of 1. So that will bring up a 3rd and 5 from the 29 for Skyview. Trips right, single receiver left in shotgun formation, as the Fort Morgan Mustangs look like they're bringing everybody, and they are. It's going to be a screen pass, and it's going to be intercepted on the screen pass, in and out of the hands of Skyview, and intercepted at about the line of scrimmage. Let's see who comes up with that ball. I believe that was Trey McBride.
Yep.
I believe it was Trey McBride that came up with that.
Yep. Good athlete, freshman Trey. And it's going to be a good asset for the Mustangs for the next 3-4 years.
That's for sure. Comes in as a freshman. So Fort Morgan in excellent field position. Start this drive off. 1st and 10 at the, we're going to call it the 25. Looks like the nose is just on the 25. So I formation, it's like a flex formation like they ran last year, where the receiver left and right. Tate Kimball in motion to the left, but an inside handoff to Kyle Daniels from that right wing. And he takes it inside the 25, and it will be down to about the 23-yard line. So it looks like it will be a gain of 2, it looks like. So that will bring up a 2nd and 8 from the 23. For the Mustangs, as they set up in that flex formation, that's where they have a receiver left and right, then H-backs on either side of the end of the line, and a back in the backfield. Schneider looks, and Tate Kimball is wide open, and he takes it in at the 5 and takes it into the end zone. Schneider saw him over the middle. Nobody picked up Tate Kimball. Fort Morgan 26, Skyview nothing. 4:22 to go in the first period, with the PAT coming up.
That was a really nice pass with a really good touch there.
They must have Tate Kimball in the playbook tonight. He's ran 2 in and caught 1 for a touchdown. So
yep.
He's been the touchdown machine tonight. So Franny Gonzalez in for the PAT. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good. So that makes the score 27-0 Fort Morgan over Skyview with 4:22 to go in the first period. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. 27-0 here at Skyview, as the Mustangs take it in from 23 yards out on a pass play from Joey Schneider to Tate Kimball. PAT is good from Franny Gonzalez. So Fort Morgan on each of their possessions have put it in the end zone. Franny Gonzalez puts his foot into it. This time it might go into the end zone. Nope, he's going to catch it about the 1 and come on out. And he is going to be taken down at the 20-yard line. So that will be a 1st and 10 from the 20 for Skyview with 4:17 to go. here in the first period.
Down, 10 yards to go, Wolverines from their own 20.
27-0 here for Fort Morgan. And Skyview is waiting to get a play in. They're going to have to either take a timeout, or they're waiting for a player to come in as they bring in number 81, Santana Pacheco, a 5'10 junior wide receiver. Snap back, handoff up the middle, and not much running room there against this stout Fort Morgan defense. And they stopped the clock. Looks like Fort Morgan, they had a fumble on the play, and Fort Morgan recovered it.
Crazy.
Sure, Fritzler. Jacob Fritzler, I understand, is getting the credit for the recovery.
Huh. You know, I was just going to say Pacheco's running hard and putting in a lot of extra effort, and sometimes when you do that, that ball pops out.
So the Mustangs in excellent field position again at about they're saying the 20-yard line. 4:10 to go in the first period. And right up the middle, Trey McBride cuts it out to the left, and he gets it down just inside the 5. So that'll bring up a 1st and goal from the 5 for Trey McBride.
Yep, that was a nice run.
So on 4, first and goal at the 4, Fort Morgan.
For I say Trey, it wasn't Trey, it's Kobe McBride.
Toby, yep.
Excuse me. 3:51 and counting your first period. Fort Morgan 27, Skyview nothing. Tate Kimball, Brian Almanza in the backfield. I can't see who the other one is. Going to be Tate Kimball around the right side, and he is going to go into the end zone untouched for the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
4 yards out.
As the Mustangs now go up 33-0 with 3:35 to go here in the first period.
And I guess it's games like this that they were thinking about when they put in that mercy rule, because I can't imagine the last 3 games what they would have ended up if we would have had to play, stop clock the whole last 3 quarters.
So the PAT is up and maybe no good. No, it is good. So that makes the score 34-0. Fort Morgan with 3:35 to go in the first period on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel at Skyview High School in Thornton, Colorado, as the Fort Morgan Mustangs have just now gone up 34-0 on a Tate Kimball run from 5 yards out. PAT good by Franny Gonzalez. Franny Gonzalez now ready to kick off. His leg is probably getting somewhat tired, but it looks like it's getting stronger as it goes. And that will go into the end zone for a touchback. Maybe once his leg gets limbered up, they'll start putting him into the end zone. He's had a number of kickoffs so far tonight, but that will make the starting point for the Skyview Wolverines at the 20. 1st and 10 from the 20 for Skyview.
All right.
With 3:35 to go here in the first period. And if they keep throwing like they have been and dropping the ball, hopefully we can get another touchdown and extra point and get this clock to moving. So shotgun formation, 1 receiver left and 2 right. Handoff up the middle and nothing there. And that is going to be Alex Mai that drops him for about a 2-yard loss. So that's going to bring up about a 2nd and 12 from the 18.
Yeah, just a great defensive play there. Fort Morgan's not really even respecting any part of their game, and they're just coming in full speed attacking. And
each snap has been right at the feet of the quarterback, so he has to reach down, so that kind of throws the timing off of everything. So now receivers left and right. Low snap again out here into the flat, and he is going to be caught bulldog. He fumbled the ball, and they're picking it up going into the end zone. Kobe McBride picks it up and takes it into the end zone after the player goes down. the ball had come loose prior to him hitting the ground. The referee was right there and called it a fumble, and Toby McBride takes it in from about 14 yards out.
Yeah, as I was watching that play develop, I thought McBride had him by the back of the helmet because he'd come at him with his head down, and it looked like the official was reaching in to grab something out of his pocket. I thought he was going to throw a penalty for a horse collar or using the helmet, and then when the ball took off, I think it shocked the referee and the way he went down there, and for whatever reason he didn't, whatever he was going to drop, maybe he saw the ball and he was going to throw his beanbag too.
He was reaching for something, so it is a touchdown. So that makes it 40-0. So the clock, they have a timeout now, so they won't start the clock until they get this timeout taken care of. He is up and going off the field, so that's a good sign.
That was 30.
Tune into 1010 Preps and More weekdays from 1 to 2 on 1010 KSIR for the latest in high school sports with John Beltran. So they're saying that was, what was that, about from the fifth, it was 17-yard line is where they had
back around the 10, 11, 12, something like that. Nice little 12-yard return for touchdown.
So touchdown for Toby McBride on the fumble recovery and return. Well, they're going to try two again. Joey Schneider sprints out to the right side and looks. He throws it into the end zone, and it's going to be incomplete again. So that puts the score at 40-0. We have the running clock here in the first period with 2:28 and counting. We're going to go ahead and take another short time out here on B106 and B106.com. Back at Skyview High School with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel. Minute 46 and counting in the first period. If you're wondering why it's counting, it's because the Fort Morgan Mustangs are up by 40 points. 40-0 as the clock runs, so we'll be home early tonight.
Well, barring unforeseen injuries and
hopefully that
and all that.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Right.
So Freddie Gonzalez again, another kickoff, and that will be caught at about the 3, drop, picked up again, and taken down at about the 12-yard line. So Fort Morgan kickoff coverage is excellent. It looks like it's going to be at about the 14, so we're going to make it 1st and 10 from the 14 for Skyview with 55 seconds in the first period.
And possibly the ADs can get together at half and decide to start the dance a little one night early. I don't know. I got a feel for those kids for Skyview being totally dominated, but you got to keep going out there and trying. And they've got 10 kids on the sideline. Why not let them get in there and get some reps too,
So 3 receivers left. Pass is going to be knocked down by Toby McBride as he comes in from his left defensive end. So incomplete pass. That will bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 14 on another incomplete pass for Skyview. And we'll see if Skyview gets another playoff. They're down to 5 seconds. I would guess that they probably will not, as the clock is winding down 2-0. So here at the end of the first period, Fort Morgan 40, Skyview nothing on B106 and B106.com. Back at Skyview High School, start of the second period, the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 40-0. Skyview in possession of the ball. 2nd and 10 after an incomplete pass on first down. Shotgun formations, trips right. The handoff up the middle, and there is just no room there whatsoever for Skyview. So that will bring up a 3rd down. It's going to be a loss of 1, actually, back to the 13. So it'll be 3rd and 11 from the 13 for Skyview as the clock runs here in the second period. So we'll see how long it is. I would hope the starters will probably get to play at least out the first half, I would think. So we see what Skyview comes up with. They have 2 receivers left and right, shotgun formation back in the backfield. Shotgun snap back, and it's going to be complete and dropped after he was hit by Flughoff. at about the 17-yard line. So nice hit by Eric Klugoff as the receiver, number 82, Austin Tansey, coughs up the ball in and out of his hands. So that will bring up a 4th down, 4th and 11 from the 13 for Skyview. As the Mustangs hustle off the field, and that will be a timeout for Skyview. So we'll go ahead and take one with them. 40-0 Fort Morgan on V106 and V106.com. Back at Skyview High School, 40-0 Fort Morgan. Kevin Rohde and Brian Nickel bringing you the action here tonight on this beautiful Friday night here in September. Couldn't be any better a night for football or anything else you want to do outside tonight.
It's hot enough that it reminds me of a baseball night.
So punt downfield, that's probably been their best punt. Kyle Daniels takes it at about the 50, comes around the left, gets a block, cuts it upfield, and he'll go down at the Wolverine 45-yard line.
7-yard return.
So that will put Mustangs in positive territory once again. So 1st and 10
Make that an 8-yard return.
from the 45-yard line with 10-11 and counting here in the second period. Actually, we're going to put it in at the 44. They marked it up a yard.
I wonder how many plays it'll take. Last drive, it was 2. The drive before that, it was 2. The drive before that, it was 3. 3. And the first drive, we actually had to work a little bit at it.
So under center, Toby McBride up the middle, and he's going to get it down inside the 40 to the 35-yard line. Let's see if they give him enough for the first down. Looks like it's going to be 2nd and short, so we're going to call it 2nd and 1.
Gain of 9.
Nice hard running.
First down. 2nd down.
Down to the 45 for Toby McBride and the Mustangs. As we have Eric Kimball split right, handoff up the middle again. Toby McBride this time turns and spins, keeps his legs turning, and he will get down inside just at about the 30-yard line. So that will be enough for the first down for Trey McBride and the Mustangs. So we're going to call it about the 31.
All right, another first down for the Mustangs.
First down, Fort Morgan from the Skyview 31.
So Schneider back into the huddle with a play from Coach Chisholm. Eric Kimball split right with Daniels left. Toby McBride and Tate Kimball in the backfield. Schneider under center this time. I formation. He gives it to Toby McBride again, and he keeps fighting. And I believe he will get just inside the 30. So let's see where they put it at about the 20. They're going to mark it. We'll call it at the 30. Just inside the 30. Well, we'll give him 2. What the heck?
Right. And again, as I was saying, they've got 8 kids in the box. They are definitely deciding they're going to stop McBride from running up the middle.
We'll see if they try to go to the pass play, if they're just going to try to run some of this clock here. So I formation again, handoff to McBride around the right side. He's going to get it down inside the 25. Let's see where they come across and mark it at. And it will be a gain of 5. So that will put the ball at the 24-yard line. So a 3rd and 3 for the Mustangs. I formation again, receivers left and right. Schneider under center. As he looks to throw, goes back. It's going to be a pass out to the left side to Tate Kimball, and he's got blockers out there. He is down inside the 15, almost to the 11, maybe the 10. They're going to mark it at about the 10, it looks like, so that'll be a gain of 14.
Wolverine 10-yard line, first down.
In that case, when he watches the film, he's going to wish he was patient because he had 3 blockers in front of me, 1 defender, and no one for 10 yards behind him. and he ran past his blockers into the defender and got tackled.
So it looks like it will be a first and goal for Fort Morgan. 6:37 and counting here. Fort Morgan up 40-0 over Skyview. I formation again. McBride has the fullback, Tate Kimball. And it is handed off to Toby McBride.
For 2 yards.
He'll get a couple of down to the 8-yard line. So I'll bring up second and goal
by number 74. William
from the 8
Alvarado.
after that run by Toby McBride over the left side. 6 plays so far on this drive. So Kimball split right and Daniels left again with I formation. Schneider under center, calling out the signals. It's going to be to take Kimball around the right side, and he cuts it outside, and he'll go into the end zone untouched as he jukes a player out about the 5. So Tate Kimball into the end zone again for the Mustangs. So 5:40 and counting in the second period, puts the Fort Morgan Mustangs up now 46-0 with the PAT coming up.
That's Tate's 5th touchdown on the night. A career night for the sophomore.
He has 5. Eric Flugoff has 1.
McBride has 1, and the
McBride.
defense has 1. I'm going to have to take off my shoes and start counting on my toes here in a minute.
I'll try to stay upwind. So snap, you have a flag on the play, so we'll see. They're going to call offsides on Skyview. They must be lining up, or interior lineman is jumping. Dead ball, offsides on Skyview. 4:50 and counting as the clock runs up. Mustangs up 46-0. The PAT by Franny Gonzalez coming up here. Joey Schneider, the holder. Snap down, kick is up, and it is good again for Franny Gonzalez. So that makes the score now 47-0. Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. Back at Skyview High School with Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. Fort Morgan now 47, Skyview nothing after Tate Kimball runs it in from 8 yards out. PAT good by Franny Gonzalez. So we'll see. Looks like the starters will at least get to finish out the first half and probably have the second team come out and do the second half like they have been doing the last 2 games. So Franny Gonzalez, another deep kickoff down the left side, and they will let that. Apparently doesn't go into the end zone. The kid was waiting for the whistle to blow and finally picked the ball up. So that is going to be the worst starting position for Skyview as they mark it maybe just outside the 5. Well, I guess we'll call it the 6. So 1st and 10 from the 6 for Skyview. That ball apparently took a bounce back upfield and not into the end zone. The kid stood there and waited for the whistle to blow. And
even after it stopped, he sat there for 2 full seconds. I imagine there's going to be a little football 101 being taught either at halftime or Monday's practice about how if it's not in the end zone, you got to cover that ball.
So we'll get the offense in here for Skyview as one of the linemen comes in late. So they have 2 receivers right and left. Handoff going to be up the middle. And they're going to get about, see, that was from the 6. So they'll get it. We'll give them 2 out to the 8. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 8 after that run. So the Skyview Wolverines trying their best to get some positive action going here before the end of the first half.
Being as listed in the roster as being a wide receiver, I wonder if Pacheco got hurt and he's there, his backup. I don't see Pacheco in there any longer.
So 3 receivers left and 1 right. A pass in and out of the hands of Joey Botterer again. That's 3 I know that he has dropped tonight. But at least one good thing about it now, the clock continues to run. So 3rd and 8 from the 8. As it looks like the starting defense is still out there for the Well, not all of them. I see Alex Mize on the sideline. It looks like Colton Carpenter is out there, number 63. Is in on the line of scrimmage.
He's up there at the nose guard position.
So 3rd and 8, snap back, shotgun formation, pass out to the right side, and that's going to be caught on the sideline, but unfortunately it's a coach that caught it out of bounds.
I was wondering whether your eyes were better than mine, because I saw it go over everybody's head, but good job on that call, Coach.
But that's been, I think, his number 1 receiver tonight was his coach right there. So 4th down for Skyview, 27 seconds and counting. They line up to punt the ball. We have Mustang back at the 40. I can't see who that's Tate Kimball, I believe, standing at the 40, and also Kyle Daniels, and they're not going to punt. They're going to let the clock run out here. So at the end of the first half, the Fort Morgan Mustangs 47, Skyview Wolverines nothing on B106 and B106.com. To start the second half, as they have done in the last 3 weeks, they win the toss at the start of the game, defer to the second half, and then come out and being up 47 to nothing. Will give the opposition one more possession of play. So to me, that is good sportsmanship on Coach Harrison Chisholm's part. So we'll see what the Skyview Wolverines have in store for the second half, as they are behind 47 to nothing. Franny Gonzalez getting ready to kick off for Fort Morgan. His leg ought to be fairly limber, as many kickoffs and extra points as he has done tonight. So he's waiting for the referee to give him the signal. They have no score on the board. Time on the board now, so they're having issues with their score. So Franny Gonzalez with the kickoff, and it will be taken at about the 5. Taken up field about the 15 to the 20, and finally gang tackled over on the far sideline. Looks like it's going to be at the 25-yard line, so we're going to call it 1st and 10 from the 25. And
have your attention, folks. Time for the game is being kept on the field.
the time we are hearing now is being kept on the field. They do have the score back up on the scoreboard, but there is no time up on the board.
And that's all right. That way the official can let it go. Of course, they have no choice, I guess, in the running clock.
So shotgun formation looks out here to the left, and it's going to be caught out about the 30, out to the 35, out to the 37 for Skyview, and that was caught by Bryce Maestas, a 5'7" junior wide receiver. So a nice pass and catch there by Skyview as they get it out to the 37-yard line. So that'll be a 1st and 10 from the 37 after that 12-yard pass play. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Shotgun formation, snap back. He looks out here to his left, and it's going to be caught and immediately goes down. But that's a gain of about 5. We'll say 4. It's just about at the 41-yard line. So that will be a 2nd and 6 from the 41 for Skyview after that complete pass.
Looks like he has a little more time to throw, and therefore is going to be a little more comfortable back there. Fort Morgan's JVs are going to have to get a little more pressure on him.
So snap back, pass over the middle, and that's going to be incomplete. We'll see if they do not throw a flag. It looks like Fort Morgan might have got there a little early, but the referees say no, so that will be an incomplete pass on 2nd down. 3rd and 6 from the 41 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that was so close that the back judge was reaching into his pocket and then deciding that it was probably incidental contact.
So 47 to nothing here in the 3rd period. Clock running for the Mustangs. As Kevin said, the junior varsity defense out on the field is Skyview in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers left and 1 right. And he is being pressured and tackled in the backfield. A nice sack by Fort Morgan, and that is Zach Zion, a sophomore defensive lineman. Nice job there by Zach Zion on the sack of the quarterback from Skyview, Brandon Behringer. So that will bring up a fourth down. They're saying at the 30, so that is a loss of 11.
Yeah, good defensive play there by Zion.
So it's going to be a punt. That's a little better punt. Fort Morgan has nobody back. It lands at about the 35 and rolls down inside the 20 at about the 15 or so.
Fort Morgan 15.
So the Fort Morgan Mustangs will take over. We'll see just where they put that ball.
You know, if they can hold Fort Morgan's second team offense to 3 and out, they're going to get probably the best field position of the night.
That's for sure. This looks like they put it at the 15, so we're going to call it 1st and 10 from the 15 for Fort Morgan.
Let's hope that second team offense just has a nice long sustained drive of 85 yards and puts it in.
So the quarterback for Fort Morgan will be Dalen Knapp, sophomore quarterback, as now the Fort Morgan in the I formation, receivers left and right. Knapp under center. He calls out the signals, hands off over the left side, and there is some running room on that left side. And I'm trying to see who that was. That number 21. And that is Elliott Wunsch. So he takes it up for a gain of about 4. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 19-yard line.
Nice hard running by Wunsch.
As we also have in the don't have some names here for the players. I wish we had names for the players out on the field on this junior varsity bunch, but I formation, receivers left and right. Hand off again to Elliott Wunsch over the left side. He gets it out across the 20. Looks like we have somebody that maybe he'll be getting up. Is that 84? Dawson Frick, a sophomore wide receiver.
Caught a helmet on his thigh as Wunsch was thrown into him.
So it looks like it's about a 3rd and 1 from the 23-yard line.
Rosales back in there.
So Elliott Wunsch and Frank Rosales in the backfield. Receivers left and right, I formation. Knapp hands off to Rosales, and he cuts it out, gets it over across the 30. So a nice run there by Franklin Rosales as he gets it out to the 30-yard line. So that's a gain of 7. So that will bring up a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. So there it says Kevin was hoping we were getting a nice little drive here by the junior varsity kids. So 1st and 10 from the 30. Handoff up the middle and another gain of almost 5. It will be 5. They're going to mark it at the 35. So that will bring up 2nd and 5 from the 35 for Fort Morgan.
That was Rosales again, I believe.
Yes, I believe you're correct on that. So they're just smash mouth football right now, just mostly going off the right side. I formation again, receivers left and right under center. Skyview jumped first, and then a Fort Morgan lineman jumped, so it should be on Skyview. They're the ones that caused the initial flag.
Lineman in there, I see Colton Carpenter, number 63. 53 maybe. Jake Norris.
See a number 70, Austin Smith. So we'll see if that is apparently going to be just short of the 1st down. So a handoff again to Elliott Wunsch. We'll see if he can get this picked up. He does. He breaks it, but only for about 3 more yards. But that is enough for the 1st down.
Number 21 on the
as it was 2nd and 1.
Stopped by Rudy Venegas.
And he's out to the 44. It's a nice gain of 4. Had to do a little dancing and work on that one.
1st down, Fort Morgan at
So 1st and 10 for Fort Morgan from the 44. Handoff again up the middle. We'll see if that is Rosales.
33.
33, and I don't know who that is. I have no number.
Well, he had contact right at the line of scrimmage, and personal effort got him 4 yards, whoever he is.
So 2nd and 6 from the 47. For Fort Morgan is Dalen Knapp under center. I formation, another handoff right up the middle. They're going to get him out to the 40, or out to midfield, and So that will bring up about a 3rd and 5 for 3rd and 4 for Fort Morgan.
I think we need to get a new roster and have them put the rest of the kids on there.
I'm hearing the announcer saying Ortega, so I'm just not sure.
Okay, we'll go with Ortega until we hear otherwise.
Right now, from the 50, it'll be 3rd and 4 for Fort Morgan. A handoff around the right side. Elliott Wunsch, he's grabbed in the backfield, and going to be a loss of a couple. So that will be a loss of 1 back to the 49. So that'll bring up a 4th and 5 from the 49. So now Fort Morgan will have to punt for the first time tonight, as the punt team comes out onto the field. Tate Kimball is the punter for the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
Is this the first punt of the night?
Yes, it is. And Skyview has a man back about the 27. Nice punt by Tate Kimball that drives him back. Fair catch at about the 17-yard line.
Well, a great job by the second team offense to sustain the drive and get it all the way out to midfield and bury Skyview back within their 20.
So a nice job there, as you said. So 1st and 10. Looks like it will be at about the 17-yard line. Still do not have the clock time. The scores are up there, the quarters are up there, and yardage. So far, no time. So it will be a quick second half, though, and Skyview will have to call a timeout as they have not enough men on the field. So we'll take one with them. Fort Morgan 47, Skyview nothing on B106 and B106.com. Back at Skyview Highfield, Skyview football field, the Skyview Wolverines come out of their timeout. One receiver right going to be in the shotgun formation once again. 3 receivers right, 1 left with a back in the backfield. Snap back, pass out into the right flat, and going to be taken, looks like Brian Almanza, I believe, is the tackler for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, and he is a senior defensive back. So a gain of 4 for Skyview, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 6 from about the 21-yard line.
Right, I got some names of some of the kids that are out there playing. We got Jake Norris, Colton Carpenter, Brian Almanza. I'll come up with some more after the play.
Trips left, single receiver right, going to be passed out into the flat and is going to be caught and then knocked out of bounds by Brian Almanza. That will be enough for the first down for Skyview. So
First down.
Few and far between our first downs for Skyview tonight. Was that maybe their second one tonight?
Yeah. Some of the other players, I'm trying to remember where I left off. We got Hector Luna out there. Brian Almanza, I said, 83. I don't have a number player for him. It's back to you, Coach.
Trips left, single back. Looks to pass, going to be downfield, and it's going to be well over the head of his intended receiver, Botter, at about the Mustang 40. So that will bring up a 2nd and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Right, we got Dylan Mugenberg, Dawson Frick, Zach Zion, we called his name earlier, Emmanuel Martinez, Oh, and a timeout.
Looks like we have the end of the third quarter, I believe. So at the end of 3, 47-0, Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Ruddy, this is Brian Nickel back at Skyview High School, where we are starting the fourth quarter with the Mustangs up 47-0. Skyview in possession with a 2nd and 10 from their own 30.
You know, one thing that we haven't mentioned is not only has the varsity players pitched a shutout, but the last two nights and so far tonight, the second team's pitched a shutout as well.
That's for sure. So we got pressure on the quarterback. He's going to heave it downfield, and it's going to be through the hands initially of the defender, number 23, Hector Luna, and then it looked like went through the hands of the intended receiver, and neither one of them came up with it, and it falls harmlessly to the ground. So that will bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Skyview Wolverines from their own 30.
So on film day, coaches will be coaching Hector that if you're not going to catch it, make sure it doesn't go through your hands to the opponent. Lucky there that he wasn't able to garner that in and go the last 25 yards for a touchdown.
So Skyview trips left. Single receiver to the right with a back in the backfield trying to get his man in motion is the quarterback Behringer. He's in the shotgun formation. He looks out to the left and is going to be caught out there, but immediately taken down by Hector Luna. So it looks like it's going to be maybe a no gain, so that will bring up 4th and 10 for Skyview. As Kyle Daniels comes in to receive the punt as Dalen Mugenberg comes out of the game. So the clock is working now. We're down to 10:32 and counting here in the fourth period. Fort Morgan up 47-0 as the junior varsity have played the whole second half and have done a fine job offensively and defensively. So we'll see what they do here on this return. And it is going to be a punt, which will come down about the 47-yard line of Fort Morgan. So Fort Morgan will take over once more with the junior varsity kids coming out. So that will be a 1st and 10 for the Mustangs as they spot the ball on the Mustang 47-yard line.
So on that nice punt by Tate Kimball and then the good defensive stand by the JVs, we only end up 3 yards back from where we punted from. Good job.
Nice job here by the younger kids. Handoff over the right side, and that's Elliott Wunsch as he goes downfield, and he'll be close to a first down. Looks like he might be just short. So it'll be a 2nd and 1 from the 44-yard line of the Wolverines as Elliott Wunsch takes it 9 yards.
I wonder if Skyview's starting to put in some of their JV also.
So 2nd down and 1 for Fort Morgan as Dalen Knapp goes under center with I formation. It's going to be a handoff to Wunsch again over the right side, and he will get enough for the first down. So that will bring up a 1st and 10 from about the, let's see if they mark it out, about the 42-yard line. So that was a gain of 2 for Fort Morgan as Elliott Wunsch is doing the workload here right now in this drive.
Wunsch's 6th carry of the night. And one thing, Coach, that we haven't seen tonight is a lot of penalties. We've seen a few jumping off sides, but nothing major, no holds, face masks, anything like that.
It's been a clean game. A handoff up the middle this time, and we'll see who it is. This time it will be Frank Rosales this time off the left side, and that will bring up a 2nd down after that run of about 6. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 4 from the 35-yard line, I believe is where that's at.
Rosales running really hard and slashing through there before the defenders can get a hold of him.
So Dalen Knapp waiting for the, see if they start the play clock from the back judges when he starts raising his hand. There's going to be a handoff over the right side. Nice, strong running here by Franklin Rosales. It takes about 4 Skyview defenders to bring him down, and it is enough for the first down. So that will be a 1st and 10, and they're going to put that at about, looks like the 30-yard line. Nice run of 5 for Franklin Rosales.
Yep.
So 1st and 10, Fort Morgan, as this second unit continues to do a good job moving the ball.
Rosales has 4 carries for 23 yards, almost a 6-yard average.
So 1st and 10 as they wait for the back judge to count down on the play clock, as we're down to 6:50 and counting. Now right side again by Elliott Wunsch. He gets another, we're going to call it 4 yards, looks like down to the 26.
Welcome to all the Skyview alumni, as well as the Highland.
Yeah, actually they're going to put it,
alumni.
I'm going to call it the 27, so it's a gain of 3.
Welcome, Dave and Betty Cortez.
So I guess Skyview, they're just announcing, is kind of a blending of Mapleton and Highland, the 2 schools that were in Mapleton's district before. And this campus is kind of interesting. They've got a junior college looking type program and a lot of different things going on here.
I formation for the Mustangs. There's another handoff over the left side. He cuts it outside, and that is Elliott Wunsch, and he takes it down inside just outside the 10 at about the 11. So another first down for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Let's see where they put it. It's going to put it at the 11, so it'll be a 1st and 10. So Fort Morgan can pick up another first down without scoring.
Finally, Wunsch saw some daylight and showed off his speed. He was down the sideline quickly.
12-yard line.
So 5:34 and counting here. 4th period is Fort Morgan in the driver's seat here in the I formation. Handoff up the middle to Rosales again. He gets it across the 10 and probably down about to the 9-yard line. So looks like that'll be a gain of 2. So we'll bring up a second and 8 from the 9 as they run it just inside the 10-yard line. So they set up in their same formation. I formation is Dalen Knapp. Hands off again over the right side to Elliott Wunsch, and he takes it to about the 5. Then he is hit pretty hard there at the 5, not quite to the 5. So that'll bring up a 3rd down for Fort Morgan. I can't tell, they're going to say it's on the 6. So that was a gain of 3. So that'll bring up about a 3rd and 5 for Fort Morgan. From the Wolverine 6-yard line. So Franklin Rosales as the fullback, Elliott Wunsch as the tailback in the I formation is Knapp under center. 4:18 and counting here. Handoff over the left side again, but not much running room there. But he's still going though, and he is almost into the goal line. So we'll see if he gets enough for the first down. Maybe not quite. It's going to be a 4th down. I thought they had him stop there initially at the 5, and he just kept fighting. So it's going to be a 4th and 1 for Fort Morgan. So we'll see if they can pick up this either touchdown or first down, keep this drive running here with 3:43 to go.
Yeah, Rosales showing a lot of individual effort there.
So they have a flag thrown in the backfield of Skyview as they had a player run on late. And maybe they have, how many are out there? They had 12 men out there, I believe, because one's going off. So they were.
Yep, one too many.
I didn't see him.
Didn't mark off any yards. Must have just been a courtesy.
Still,
I'd give it to Rosales. As hard as he's been running, he deserves another try at it.
So a handoff is to Rosales over the right side, and he'll be into the end zone untouched. Is Frank Rosales with 2:59 to go here in the game. So that puts the score now 53-0 as the Mustangs will try for the extra point as Franny Gonzalez goes in for the PAT try. So nice job there by Rosales as he takes it in from 1 yard out.
That was a nice drive. Not real exciting if you're the kind that likes high scoring, but if you like the kind that just sustains the drive down there and kind of manhandles the other team, it was pretty good.
So the kick is up and good. So that puts the score 54-0 here with 2:15 to go here. So we're going to take a short timeout and be back with the last 2 minutes of the game on B106 and B106.com. Back at Skyview High School with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel. We're now down under 2 minutes and counting as the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 54-0. Will kick off as Franklin Rosales just takes it in from 2 yards out. The Fort Morgan JVs are still out on the field. It's see who they have kicking off. That's Manny Escalera that will be kicking off for the Mustangs. As he gets the go-ahead from the ref. Oh, nice kickoff from Manny, and it goes off the chest of the receiver. He picks it up off the ground, tries to run up the left sideline, and he is going to be stopped on the far side. So the Skyview Wolverines will take over with 45 seconds and counting. We'll see if they get maybe 1 or 2 plays in here before the end of this game comes to a close. And they're not in much of a hurry to get much of any plays off. So they are down to 27 seconds. The ref puts it in play at 25 seconds. So we'll see what they're getting lined up. 2 receivers left and 2 right, and they're short a player as he gets back onto the field with 10 seconds to go here in the 4th period. Snap back, looks downfield, and it's going to be caught out about the 20, but taken down, and that will be the last play of the game as the Fort Morgan Mustangs will come away with a victory tonight, 54-0 over the Skyview Wolverines on B106 and B106.com. Back at Skyview High School with Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel. The Fort Morgan postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. So tonight the Fort Morgan Mustangs do as they have in the last 2 games, shut out their opponent. Tonight it was 54-0. It was 47-0 at the half. Only score in the second half came on a Franklin Rosales 2-yard run. The PAT was good by Franny Gonzalez, and that was a 10-play drive by the junior varsity. A nice workmanlike drive there by the junior varsity to take a lot of time off the clock. I think Kevin's got some numbers for us from the game in the second half.
Yeah, it was convenient second half. Everything was totally different players for Fort Morgan, so it was easier to just add to the first half stats. Tonight, final stats, Joey Snyder, 4 of 18 for 93 yards, 2 touchdowns passing. That's the total for the offense as well. Tate Campbell catches 2 of those for 37 yards, and 1 of the touchdowns fluke off a 53-yard touchdown. And Lopez catches 1 for 3 yards. Rushing, we have from the first half Tate Campbell with 31 yards on 5 attempts with 4 touchdowns. Toby McBride finishes the night with 84 yards on 9 carries. Daniels 4 yards on 2 carries. In the second half, then we have Wunsch coming in with 45 yards on 9 carries. Rosales 31 yards on 7 carries and the 1 touchdown. Ortega, at least that's who we think 33 was, gets 6 yards on 2 carries. Fort Morgan ends the night with 294 total offensive yards, 34 attempts for 201 yards rushing. That's right at 6 yards per carry average for the entire night. For Skyview, they end up 2 of 16 for 14 yards. 7 of 23 for 32 yards. Pacheco or Beringer did get some passes in there. Has the 1 interception, and receiving for them, Pacheco had 1 for 12. Bryce Maestas 4 for 20. Potter 1 for 9, Herrera 1 for 2. Rushing, we have Behringer 1 for a -1, as well as he was sacked once for a -11. Pacheco 3 for 4 yards, and Bing 2 for 1 yards, for a total offense for Skyview of 36 yards. So that's kind of the tale of the tape. Fort Morgan dominates on offense, on defense, on special teams. The JVs come in and play probably a quarter against Skyline's varsity and hold their own. And then when Skyline put in their JV, they march down on a nice 53-yard drive and score. Rosales getting the touchdown on a 2-yard run that could have been 10 yards because he wasn't really touched. And so good for everybody in Fort Morgan. Guess we get to look forward to homecoming, which should be a happy night against Weld Central, who will probably come in winless and with their tail between their legs, haven't been beat handily by Lutheran, I'm guessing.
And they haven't scored any points this year, and I'm guessing they probably didn't tonight either. But
right.
So homecoming will be next Friday for the Fort Morgan Mustangs, 7 o'clock game. You'll hear it right here on B106 and B106.com. I know the coaches, they'll go back, as Coach Chisholm said we go back to the pregame, it's hard to, when they play such a game, the way they do 54-0, and there's still things that they can improve on to make their team better. But they weren't, like you had said earlier, no holding calls, no motion calls. It was a really a pretty clean game. So, but they go into, they'll go back and look at the tape, and there'll be something that they'll point out, and a kid might be able to do a block a little better here or block there, and they're going to need all the all the perfection they can get when it comes to Lutheran when they play them in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
So I think we'll go ahead and close this out. Everybody is taken off here. So the sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustangs football tonight has been Braden Godin. The producer for Mustang Replay is Alan Lance. For Kevin Rohde, I'm Brian Nickel. Once again, the final score tonight, Fort Morgan 54, Skyview nothing. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Good night, everybody.